My name is Patrick Cimolini. I'm a senior Apex consultant with InSum Solutions that's based in Montreal, Canada. We have an office in the States. We have consultants all through the States as well. I'm going to be talking about Oracle eBusiness Suite and Oracle Application Express, and using Oracle Application Express as a bolt-on technology for customizing EBS. The benefits of Apex and EBS is that Apex actually lives outside of EBS. So when you develop customizations, you don't have to embed them inside EBS. Now when you upgrade EBS or apply patches to it, generally everything gets overwritten. So if your customizations are inside EBS, they get overwritten. So in order to upgrade EBS, you have to take those customizations out, park them on the side, do your upgrade, and then take those customizations and reapply them to the product, which is risky, time-consuming, very expensive. If they're outside in EBS, or in Apex, that means if you upgrade everything, the only thing you have to touch are the pieces of the API that may have changed in the upgrade. So you don't have to do as much work to get that upgrade done. Another aspect of it is that Apex is fundamentally a PL/SQL solution with a lot of SQL. It lives inside the database. Therefore, your existing EBS team, who are already experts in SQL and PL/SQL, can get up to speed very, very quickly with Apex. And Apex is a declarative environment, therefore it's a very rapid application development environment, so you can do stuff really quickly. The scalability is really good because since Apex is inside the Oracle database and it's just PL/SQL code with the SQL statements, it scales with the database, which means it is completely scalable. For example, shop.oracle.com, which is the Oracle site for buying Oracle stuff, is an Apex application. That's up 24/7. It's hit around the world, multilingual. You can buy Oracle products in Farsi and German and all those languages. Training for Apex goes through several steps like anything else. You start as a beginner, go through intermediate, and become senior. It's very easy to take that first step and become a very good, competent beginner because it is a declarative environment. All you need to do to get started with Apex is a little bit of SQL knowledge, and not even PL/SQL when you start, because it's all declarative. Oracle gives you some very good starting documentation. There's some good books now by the A-Press publisher, Beginning Oracle Application Express. There's another book by, don't have the name, but anyway, there's a couple of very good introduction books. If you work through those, you'll be able to be a very productive Apex developer. Now, Apex by itself is easy to learn, and it's extremely powerful because it sits right sort of in the mid-tier between the Oracle backend and the JavaScript front end. And the backend, since it's got a very easy interface into PL/SQL, you've got all the rich environment like SQL Analytics, very powerful Oracle engine underneath you, and you can reach all of that stuff very, very easily from Apex. On the front end, the tool gives you a lovely set of themes and templates for putting out your HTML and cascading style sheets and your JavaScript for the front end stuff. Now you can use Apex out of the box and get a very good user interface, but if you want to customize it or brand it, it's nothing more than HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which is all under your control. There's a new version of Apex coming out very, very soon, Apex 5.1, and that contains probably the last pieces of my wish list, which would be a very intuitive and easy to use declarative set of tabular forms where it's kind of like a spreadsheet. You can see a lot of rows and update them simultaneously. That is a big step forward. Typically, when we do conversions from Oracle Forms applications, Oracle Forms is quite good with that multi-row update, and that in the past has been a weakness with Apex. This new version will completely wipe that problem out. Well, Apex is kind of a funny product in the Oracle space. Number one, since it's a no-cost feature of the database, it doesn't get a lot of attention from the Oracle salespeople. Okay, that's a fair comment. There's no commission for it. Therefore, it's kind of like a hidden thing inside the database. And a lot of people at organizations that have Oracle and very good Oracle people, they actually don't know it exists. And so that's part of what we do is we try to raise the awareness of Apex in the Oracle space. And one of the big features of Oracle is if you want to do some customization and make a web application on top of an Oracle database, it needs to be considered because it is a world-class tool right now. Scales beautifully. It's got in their mid-tier the ORDS product, the Oracle REST Data Services mid-tier portion, which is very light and small. That has RESTful services, which opens up the entire world to an Apex application. It can touch any database that has REST services exposed, and it can go onto the cloud. And if you want a list of Amazon books or go to Netflix, all of that stuff is easily available through that ORDS technology. If you're doing customization on top of an Oracle database, you've got lots of competing technologies. For example, ADF, which is an Oracle product, that Java-based technology. You can use .NET. There's all sorts of other web technologies that can be used. You can even put things like Excel and Microsoft Access. Those have jet engines in them that will talk to an Oracle database. All of these things can do what Apex does. And a lot of that is driven by, like, if you're an organization and say you've got a bunch of .NET programmers. Well, if you've got .NET programmers, use .NET. Years ago, I was in a small shop and we were using Visual Basic 6. And Visual Basic 6 at the time was going to be deprecated by Microsoft. So with this team, I was looking down the road and I was looking at using Java and I was looking at using .NET going forward. And since those are heavy in the mid-tier, I was seeing maybe tears at 2 in the morning for this team. Especially the team, when they saw curly braces in Java, they went catatonic. And I was really nervous because these folks were coming from like a Fox Pro background and a VB they were just really uncomfortable with the Java stuff, .NET stuff. And then I found Application Express. And I went back to my team, showed it to them. We got the apex.oracle.com workspaces up, which is a free cloud-based solution that allows you to kick the tires. We kicked the tires and realized we were saved. And so we went down that road because it was very easy for my team to come up to speed very quickly with the product, and we did that. With the current version, I would say 8, because like any other tool, it's got its strengths and there are a few weaknesses. But I consider it a very high quality product. I've been with Apex now for over 10 years. I bet the farm on Apex, and I've been very successful with it, and many of my clients have been very successful using the product. Basically, if somebody comes to me, like a young millennial, and says, okay, should I learn Apex? The short answer for me is yes. The company I'm with, InSum, we've been doubling over the last few years because there's a huge amount of uptake of Apex right now. We have some very large clients here in the States. Some of the major banks use Apex for their production systems. We're into other large industries that have really found it very, very useful and have jumped into it with both feet. We have no direct competitors because the people that theoretically are our direct competitors are basically our joint venture partners. There's so much work out there that we don't step on each other, and it's growing every day.